Balance. That side 3 girls, this side 3 boys. Okay, Tia, come sit in the camera also. Hey, bring the boy also. Bring that the baby boy to sit upright. Camera also.
Yes, we
Hey,
are live
bring
now.
the boy also. Bring that the baby boy to sit upright. Camera also. Oh wow,
Yes, we
that's
are
fast.
live
Bring
now.
the boy also. Bring that the baby boy to sit upright. Well, Nithyananda, there's a lot echoing. Welcome back to another session of the E-Gurukul Singapore, and today we're live. So all the kids, please sit and provide listening. So we come to the third segment, and the third segment is all about powerful cognition from Swamiji's teaching from the book of Living Enlightenment, the Gospel of Living Enlightenment, and we're now currently working on the chapter of worry. I started the first lesson last week on what is worry. So today we are going to find the right understanding about the root of worry. Understand? What does worry take root? How does worry take root? Okay? Understand worry takes root from your own thoughts or words. That's the root. Your own thoughts or and words. There are two things that continuously happen in all of us. The first is dialogue. The second is monologue, or what I call inner chatters, or self-talk. So you either talk to people outside or you continuously talk to yourself, which is inside happening lots of words and thought current. They're building, they are the building blocks that made up worry. When you speak to others, what you say is strictly governed by social rules, like how you want to relate with the people in the society. So because you are relating with others based on the social rules, you automatically don't use prohibited or politically incorrect words, but you would say something. But for yourself, when you talk to yourself, what you say inside yourself, no one expect you to know. So you, a lot of time, you speak a lot of things to yourself, even you throw garbage to yourself by saying all the negative, derogatory words to yourself. Understand? So the thought that you generate inside within you constitute your real worries. So that is the main difference between when you're talking, having thoughts to others versus talking to yourself inside. See, there is a famous Lebanese poet. His name is Khalil Gibran. He beautifully says, when you talk, when you cease to be at peace with your own thoughts. That means you're not at peace, so you're generating a lot of thoughts. And our very visualization is because we are not able to handle ourselves peacefully within us. So if you are able to be at peace, you will be in silence. When you are not happy with yourself, you generate a lot of thoughts, inner chatters. And that is what is called worry. This like this. There is a continuous current of chatters happening in you. So 24 hours a day, 24 by 7, continuously is happening, 7 days a week. And from this, current, a few spike rises, right? That means something happened. So these spikes are what you call and feel and express worries. Like, continuously their thought, then suddenly boom. Continues their thought, then suddenly boom. This spike is what we call as worries. Worries are nothing but spikes in the thought currents, constantly moving within you. These thoughts are mostly negative. That is the problem. See, normally you have lots of thoughts. Some are neutral thoughts, some are positive thoughts, but these spikes are negative thoughts. If you are a person who are habituated to generate negative thoughts, so you have a lot of spikes. Tung, tung, tung. So if I ask you to write down your life story in a few pages, you will write a few incidents highlighting how and when you struggle, right? You're suffering. You will not highlight the many joyful incidents that happen in between the mind constantly are trained, our mind is trained to record only negative things, sufferings. So even when something joyful happens, this is what happened, you will only remember the negative things. You remember only the moment when it ended, never the moments when you feel joy. Because even when you are in the peak of joy, you are always worrying about when the joy will end. The mind is trained from a very young age to think that life moves from one worry to another and from one pain to another, never from another joy to another. Okay, never from one joy to another. Understand? Okay, so now let's answer some questions. Okay. Well, I'm live. Okay. The whole world can see you. Please don't like this. Okay. First question, why do we worry? Anyone want to answer? Why do we worry?
Because we're not happy.
Yes, we're not at peace with ourselves. Yes. So when do we have negative thought? When does negative happen?
When we worry.
Yes. When see when you allow this, see, in any point in time, the thoughts are becoming continuous stream. And the moment you entertain negative thoughts, it's like like a spike. It's happening. Okay. Okay. So what are the building blocks of worry? Do you know? What are the building blocks of worry? Some you talk about. Hmm? What are the building blocks of worry? You know? Do you still remember?
Um, um,
Hmm?
when you speak to others, in society, like, yeah, when you speak to others in society.
Say that slowly
When,
again, Kim.
when you talk to people outside, when you um are continuously talking to yourself.
Yes. See, the worry comes from inner chatters whenever we are not at peace with yourself. Okay? Thoughts and words are the building blocks. They're made up of worry. If you're inside are continue having thoughts or words, they are the building blocks of worry. See, when we talk to others, it is due to societal rules, right? Governed by society, you learn to speak nicely to people. But inside, there's no rules. So you allow all kinds of thoughts and words to happen inside you. And a lot of time when you're not happy or at peace with yourself, you say a lot of negative things. The mind will just generate a lot of negative words. It's like you throw garbage to yourself. Okay, great. And then one more question. Does worry speed the process of solving our problems? Does worrying speed up
No,
the process? Who's that
no,
would say no?
No, it slows it down.
Yes, correct. Both groups unanimously agree that it's no. It does not speed up. In fact, it slows down the process of decision making. Do you know why? Can someone tell me? And
Because
solving problem.
because
Because of
when
what?
you're worrying, you're maybe not thinking good things about yourself, or you're stressing out.
Okay, you're stressed out, you're in some kind of negative space, right? So in negative space, you can never find solution. You're in the low consciousness. You're in actually darkness. Understand? Because when you worry, you don't see the possibilities. Negativity means you're not seeing possibility, you're not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why when you are immerse yourself in all the negativity in terms of worrying thoughts, it actually does not solve the problem. If you remove all these negative thoughts, you will be able to become very objective, rational, and say, okay, this is the problem. How can we solve it? So you look at it from the different angle and you'll be able to diagnose the problem with a lot more clarity. See, worry stops giving you mental clarity. Understand? Mental clarity is when you don't have other worrying thoughts, you just see things as it is. When you see the problem as it is, you will know how to undo the knots. See, the problem is like a tying a knot, right? When you see clearly how you tie the knots, you can just simply undo the knot. That's why worry is futile. What somebody say futile means it's a waste of time, step your energy, and make you stop being productive and able to solve your problem. Okay, so never entertain worry. Worry is the worst kind of negative emotion because by worrying, you just create more energy blocks inside you and you just stop your growth, which is not a wise thing to do. Okay, so but fundamentally, you all need to be aware of the causes of worry. What causes worry about negative thoughts? How worry differ from people to people. So again and again, that's why Swamiji make us come back to the unclutched space, come back to the peaceful space, come back to ourself, the higher self. When you constantly establish awareness and be aware of the higher consciousness, you yourself as consciousness, as Paramashiva, you will never entertain all these worrying thoughts, all these negative thoughts. You will have peace and silence. In that peace and silence, you will be very, very creative. You will be able to solve all the problems you have, you know, and you will also be highly productive and efficient in your way of living on planet Earth. Okay, give me a thumbs up. You understand what I'm saying? The root of worries. The root of worry is coming from all these thoughts and words you speak to yourself. And if you have a lot more negative thoughts, then you have a lot of worries. Okay, now, so basically, always start at the happiness around us instead of thinking of worries. Okay, so I'm just shift because the mind is trained to look at only all the suffering, all the negative things. The mind will skip all the happy things. So for you, bring your consciousness and become aware of the happy, joyful moments. Don't let the mind wander off to the past or the future. Just be present in the, happiness around you. Be in restful awareness. Okay. So now we're going to draw the Manipura chakra. In today's session, I'm going to show a picture of the Manipura and you're going to draw. I give you 5 minutes to draw. Okay. Wait, 5 minutes to draw. So I'm going to showcase the Manipura. You're going to take your color paper and pen. We're going to draw the Manipura. You gotten your paper and pen? So, all right, I'm going to showcase the Manipura chakra now. I will enlarge it so that you can see better. Okay, can you see better now? Yes, thumbs up. All right. So I give you 5 minutes to draw quickly this Manipura chakra. If you have the color pencil, you can color that also once you're done with drawing. See how many petals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 petal lotus with inverted triangle. Okay. This is the navel chakra, the navel energy center. Have you finished drawing? Have you finished drawing, all of you? Give me a thumbs up if you have finished drawing. I think we can stop the live streaming now. Thank you.